You're looking good, sir. Mr. K Crown is a blogger,
Yeah,
is a media personality, on-air personality. He's also a journalist by profession. Mr. K Crown, thanks for joining us all the way from Lagos State, Nigeria.
thank you so much, Mr. Frederick.
It's good to have you on set again after 1 year. The last time we had
Of
this
course,
was last year by this time.
yeah, good to have you too.
Okay, so how's the year been like for you?
Well, the year has been, one thing is that the year comes with its own, its own thing, good, bad, and but we thank God for everything. The year it has been great, it has been challenging. When you look at the situation of the country, look at what has been happening, in all the aspects of what we're going to talk about. So, it has just been God. So we thank God for everything.
Wow, they've just been good. Thank God for everything. It has been up and down, as many people will say. So let's go into our retrospect properly to look at 2024. How will you describe 2024 in the entertainment industry?
Hmm. Well, I would describe it as a year of wonders. When I mean wonders, I was surprised because in the entertainment industry you get to see so many surprising things and things that you cannot even believe that is happening. A lot of issues, a lot of good things, and some goes, as they call it. But it has been also it has been good for different set of people. The the musicians. It has just been it has just for me it has just been a good year. For some people, and also it has been surprising because we get to see the entertainment industry. Comes with surprises every year. Is it the movies, the music that you're talking about? So it comes with its own surprises and competition. The rate of competition is quite high, and for the movie industry is quite healthy, compared to the music industry.
So in other words, the movie industry did far better in your assessment this year than the music industry.
Well, as a media person, we when we are critiquing, movies, we don't bash them, but they've done pretty well, as a matter of fact, the trend of change in the movies in Nigeria, it has changed. So they did well, even though there are things can be done better. Let me just put that away. But yes, of course, they've done marvelously well.
I think towards the end of the show, we'll still come back to how the movie industry has performed in this year, 2024. But let's go to trending issues in the year 2024. What were the major trending issues for you? Those ones that caught your attention, that made headlines for you?
Yeah, well, in entertainment, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we can still point out the case of Mobad. Is still something that is trending. As a matter of fact, when it became 1 year when he left, the issue still became fresh. I think that was a trending issue. And we talk about Bonner Boy, Bonner Boy and Speed Darlington. Yes, it's another trending issue that people, it was coming back and forth like that. I will also talk about the performance of a very dark man, you know, in the social media space, with the celebrities and all of them like that. The Don Jazzy thing, the meeting with Don Jazzy, also with Bobrisky issues. Those are trending issues. Yes, those are trending issues that hits the scene, that hits the internet. So, and there are many more that I may not be able to remember, but I think as the year winds down, these were strong, know, stories that is worth talking about.
You mentioned the case between Darlington and Burna Boy, and we know
Yeah,
this transcends to the international scene too. But what's the current
yeah,
state of this whole war?
yeah. Well, current state is that Darlington is still in the detention, and he has been charged, to court, but he is yet to even appear in court. So that is one. And I think that is just major. And they are trying. His lawyers are trying to, get him a bail. They try as much as possible to make sure that he doesn't spend the Christmas in
Christmas is gone
in the, yeah. Now it's looking like his New Year self is going to be in detention.
in detention.
So
Wow.
yeah, so I think that is the current state right now. We can get even more updates maybe when the courts have when there's court sitting, on his case. But for now, it's just the intention and just the update that his lawyer has been, expressing disappointment and about the situation that his client has not been granted bail and or stuff like that.
A lot of people have spoken against his detention. Some sees Burna Boy as being oppressive and going against what he actually stands for. Do you reason with such people?
Yeah, well, I can say yes in a way, because there's a saying that I like, that usually say that we should be careful of how we, dehumanize people, because in our self-righteousness, we can be the very thing that we criticize without even knowing it. So yes, it might have been defamed with the statements, but then going through the right channel, in fighting your cause is what we are all preaching about. So if you just use, and if you look at, yeah, about VDM too, I think it's just the right thing. We should all learn how to fight a battle the right way. That is just what I'm going to say. But if you feel that you can, because you're influential, you can just, um, arrest somebody, and because of what they've said to you, then you are being, so you're going an oppressor. So I agree with him, with the people. So, but now that he has decided to like press the charge against him fully, legally, then you see nobody is really, really talking about the action anymore. Yes, anybody can talk about you. I'm not saying that what Fidelity said is right or not. It's up to him, because you can't tell somebody how they feel. You can't dictate how they feel to them. So if Burna Boy feels that yes, he's being defamed, he's being affected by his whatever his image and all, you know, press your charges, rather than using the police to oppress. So
I think we have a lot to talk on this matter, but time may not even really permit us. But we can still just look into the Bobrisky and the files
mm,
and the other issues. We also got
mm,
this threat from the Falanas that we are going to press charge against very dark man. But up to
mm.
now, there's nothing of such in the media, or maybe there's something on the ground we don't know.
Yeah, I think the court, it was postponed. The last time they went to court, it was adjourned. Yeah, it was adjourned. The sitting was adjourned, and I think they are yet to sit.
Okay, in other words, they
So
actually took very dark man
the
to
case to
court.
court.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
yes. Ikeja High Court
Okay.
in
So
Lagos.
you can finish with your thoughts on that so we can go to the
Yeah,
next.
so um you know this has to do with more of a journalist point of view, because sometimes we also get informations, and we also one thing is to get your information. Another thing is how to give out that information that you have received. Of course, we cannot say that we cannot say that somehow somehow VDM is fighting a personal battle. It's like he's using someone's faults. Would I even say faults? Someone's I don't know the word
You
to use
say
right now. So
predicament of misfortune or
so because of some issues they might have with Bobrisky and like capitalizing on their fault, you understand, on their offenses. So you can't take that away. However, it's still on course. So for me, with what happened, I don't think BDM has any blame, because yes, he's the publisher. He published the audio out and all of that, but you cannot. I don't think he should be held responsible for everything that contains in that audio, as far as I'm
okay.
concerned.
Okay, that's a good one to stop there. I was going to take a question before this one that is actually coming because you made mention of Mohbad already. So I would like you to give us updates. Last year when you came, you gave us some updates about the case. And it's over a year, and has it been buried? What is really happening? What's the state of this whole case? At the point they were talking of getting him casket to bury him, but it seems nothing of such is happening again. What's happening to this young man?
Yeah, as for now, as I speak, Mohbad is yet to be buried. One, and because the father is waiting for the result of the autopsy.
First or
They
second?
conducted to yeah the second auto his own autopsy, the second autopsy, because he was given the opportunity to go and conduct his own autopsy. So is yet the result. He has done it, but the result is yet to be out. And as for now, the inquest has been held, has been suspended till further notice.
Wow.
The mobile inquiry, yeah, it has been suspended because the sitting magistrate, and some interested parties, a lawyer, were being deprived of being a part of the inquest. So they took the case to the higher court. So the higher court decided to give a stay of no proceeding, to the case, pending till the magistrates resolve the issue with the lawyers that took them to the higher court. For example, the Mohbad case is a public case. According to the Lagos State Coroner Law, is that any interested party can be a part of the coroner, can be part of coroner. Coroner is fact finding, and the magistrates felt that they could not be part. The lawyers are Bankole and Smith. That's the name of the lawyers, Bankole and Smith. They're representing Ada Wazobia Foundation, in the case. Then the magistrates, told them that they cannot be a part. He told them to write an application before they can join, and they did, and all. So it was just, a back and forth thing. So while the inquest was, so those people no, you can't tell us to not to be a part of the coroner inquest, the inquest. So they decided to take the case to the higher court, and the higher court, put a stay of no proceedings on the case. So for now, Mohbad is yet to be buried, and I think the DNA also thing, this DNA of the issue too, is also on ground. The court has granted Wunmi, that's the Mohbad's wife, has decided to conduct a DNA test. So the results is not out, or maybe they don't want it to be public. I think that is what is surrounding. A lot of controversy is still going on, on the case.
Wow. Well, thank you very much for bringing us up to speed on Mohbad's situation. So last year we talked about our celebrities, talked about their health status, and unfortunately, we lost some of them at the beginning of this year or middle of this year. Someone like Mr. Ibu and his likes. So just like what you were talking about last year, did you see like any improvement this year? I'm sure it's even in this year we had the issue of the Junior Pope. I'm sure it's this year.
Yes.
So
Yeah, listen.
just make a sense of this whole scenario for us. What's the situation
Yeah,
right now?
well, when we talk about health, um, health is personal first. You have to personalize your own health first before any other thing. And like for Gino Pope right now, Gino Pope, it wasn't health thing. it was just, a safety thing, while going on location and all of that. So, and that is why I said that, there are a lot of things that can be done better in the movie industry. You know, um, even up till yesterday or day before yesterday, I still saw a clip of some of these veteran actors, on a boat. I saw Pete Edoche, you know, in the crossing, on the boat. I saw Patient Ozokwo. I saw Ike Mowo, and only Pete Edoche was not even putting on the life jackets, you know. But it is what it is. Some people feel that they just overlook some certain measures, to preserve their lives. And we still have so many people that, even you look at the Yoruba scene too, look at this actor called Sisi Quadri, you know, that this actor that usually talks very well in Yoruba industry, like a lady, that one too was health challenge, when you work, and you don't want to, and you have not given yourself a lot of rest, those are, some of those things. I think, in as much as everybody wants to make the money, wants to make grand, they should at least, put some days aside, for rest. I think, the movie industry can do that. I can say, okay, maybe, every so and so, let it just be for a day of resting, just for people to just do checkup, or maybe the movie industry should even provide, an avenue for them. And another thing again I saw recently is Fuka Akindele was one of the behind the scene of a new movie that is very coming out, when she was trying to make a fire scene of her house. I think they said the house got burned. You know, sometimes people want to attempt something that is, just to give us that reality, that impression. But at the end of it, they will not even take the proper measures, the precaution that needs to be done, and they endanger themselves. So, it is what it is. We can always do better. That is what I have to say.
Wow, it is what it is, and we can always do better. Let's take the bar a bit higher by going into the religious setting now. You are one person that is very bold when it comes to religious matter, and a lot of people shy away from these things. But here you are. At the beginning of this year, we saw some kind of interesting move from is it Dr. Abed Damina now coming out
Mm.
to speak very vocally against a lot of practices in the Christendom, and a lot of people found it offensive, like they said he's fighting the body of Christ and a lot of things. But to cut the long story short, at a point we saw one of the big daddy geos, I may not want to call names, but we all know, came out to apologize openly that some things or something is said about tithe and going to heaven was not in the Bible. But he did not stop there. He went further to even say people can give 40, 10, 30% based on what they can give. But a lot of him felt, instead of him stopping there, he went further to even ask for more. So what was your take on this or situation in the
Mm.
body of Christ this year? Was it a good one?
Yeah. Well, as far as I'm concerned, there will always be controversy when it comes to the religion aspect of life, because reality is beginning to challenge so many things. Reality is challenging our religious life. Reality is challenging the cultural life. There are so many things that about culture that people don't want to believe anymore. But then when you look at the religious aspect, you find out that sometimes those things are annoying. They are annoying. Now, one person came out to say, "Oh, talk about tithes." And when you talk about tithes, that tithe is, I think, it's one of the parts that pinches them the most. You know, as if you don't even just talk about it. But if you look at it critically, um, they just feel that um, people do not understand some aspects when it comes to the kingdom of God. They will tell you these are the mysteries. They will just use some kind of words to tell you, say, a carnal man cannot understand the things of the spirit, things like that. But like I said, reality is beginning to challenge our spiritual life, and um, I've toned down a bit when it comes to religion anyway. I've toned down a bit, and because no matter how you no matter how you talk about it, or these people that wants to do what they think, they will still do their thing. You understand? But everyone's eyes will be open according to part time. Let me just, yeah, everyone's eyes will be open part time. So whenever your own eyes get open, fine and good. If your eyes is keep, if that person's eyes keep getting blind, that is the person. Whenever your eye get open, you appreciate that. So, you know, it's good because by next year now, the coming year, and every other year that is coming, you find that things will be changing. Things will be changing. Tithes might not be no longer relevant anymore because everybody's eyes will have been open. The children coming up these days are more articulated. They know what's up. So that's just it.
That's just it on the issue of tithe. But before we go out of this issue, we still have the issue of maybe like presentation. A lot of people will tell you that I think Abe Damina may be doing the right thing as in speaking up, but his manner of approach is not good. He's being confrontational with it and like that. A lot of people will feel like, no, you are just fighting butterfly. If you know that this is the right thing to do, why not keep it to yourself? Why not? So,
Mm.
do you see anything about the approach of speaking up?
Well, different measures call for different approach. Sometimes you have to be confrontational, and I think that's method, that confrontational aspect of it is because of the way he also is being challenged. You know, they are all trying their best to put him down, and the only way to do it also is just like when somebody is fighting, and you are trying to like make sure you bring that the person has to struggle. That is how it is. I believe he's just struggling, so that it won't be put down. You know, when when some churches gang against the person and all of those against, it's not going to be easy. So I think his approach calls for the measures that there are people that will just talk, calmly, or this. They are all trying their best to make sure that this to silence his voice. Let me just put it that way, and that is why he's been confrontation. He's been adding, more effort, more
Of effort.
emphasis. Yes.
At a point,
On
actually, you just come online and all you see is just Abe Damina responding to one issue or the other. But it seems everywhere is a bit calm now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everything is calm now because people eyes are now opening. People eyes are now opening. So people eyes will open part time. So whenever your eyes open, that is when probably when I see maybe you've seen the lights. So it will not always be rising like that. But like I said, one of these pastors will still be the one that will stir up some of those controversies among them. Fighting issues has always been a major issue. No matter when you talk about it, it becomes a trending issue. So
Because a lot of people
part
hold
time,
tithe very dear to their heart as one of the foundations of Christianity for them. But that's for another day. There was something that happened recently, and a lot of people have been talking about it too. We in Living Faith Church, popularly known as Winners Chapel, two of their senior pastors were recently retired. And a lot of people feel, why should someone that is 70 retiring someone that is 63? Is it Moses that now retired Joshua or Joshua that took over from Moses? So this is what is in public space. And as a journalist and your perspective of the issues, what's your take?
well, majority will not understand that. I understand the controversies that, okay, when you are working in the house of God or are doing the work of God, there cannot be retirement like that. But they should understand that the church or the commission, let me use the word, Living Faith Commission, they have a constitution. You know, I I previously worked with Covenant University. So I know all of these issues. And as a matter of fact, I'm telling you right now, Seth, it is not the only one. They shuffled even the chaplain of the Covenant University. They've changed it. It has been changed. Even the vice chancellor of Covenant University has been changed. So it's a shuffle. In Covenant University, or let me say Living Faith, you don't own a particular position whatsoever. You don't. So I think, and one of the pastors that was retired, that is Abiyoye, he was a pro chancellor of Covenant University, and now he has to retire. He has to leave that educational aspect. That's that role. He has retired, so it's not as if maybe he's.
Can you hear me? I think we lost your sound. Mm, your sound is off, and we are actually running out of time too over here. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. So he seems to have network, sound issue with from his end. And we've been looking at Retrospect 2024 as it affects entertainment industry, how the industry has been able to grow over the year 2024. And we also look at religious issues across the country, some of the pressing issues. So I think Mr. K Crown is around.
Yeah, sorry,
Mm.
my. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear. So
Okay,
you can
so
continue.
so one thing is, so I'm just trying to like explain, some things that people may not understand when it comes to living faith. So it was not just retired in the church, also in the school. So because he has gotten to that age, they have a constitution that okay, when you get to this area, so everything there was a shuffle around the church, even around all the organizations.
Okay,
So for me,
I think
so it's
that's
not a big deal
good.
for me.
We are actually running out of time, so let's make use of this last minute that we have. Just
Okay.
before we go, what are you grateful for in 2004, 2024
Hmm.
actually?
Yeah, I'm grateful for people that I met. I met a lot of people. I met a lot of good people that are impacting my life. When it comes to this bad case, I met people. In fact, people that I've never thought I would meet in the diaspora. It connected me a lot to people, and so I'm grateful for that. And I'm grateful for good health, provisions for my family, and you know and my career.
So, what's the pattern was for 2024 as we go into 2025? What are the things we should be looking out for? Last year, you predicted some people that should be on the scene. I don't know if they came true. Maybe you can reflect and tell us one or two
I can't remember the prediction. I
You
can't
are
remember the prediction like this.
okay. I wish we have a setting. I would have played back one of your interview, but you talked about this guy. You talked about what's his name now? Zazu. You talk about a lot of new guys that should come up this
Yeah,
year.
yeah, yeah. He came out too now. He
He
also
has always been on
yeah,
the news.
yeah, he
So
came out.
just give us your parting words and what should we be looking at for in 2025 in the
Yeah,
entertainment industry and the religious industry. In the religious area too. I
yeah,
won't
in the
want to
religious
say
area.
industry.
Yeah,
Sorry
in the
for cutting you
in
short.
the
Go on.
Okay. Now, my parting shot is, be good. Expect the best. Expect the best. Know that things can always be better. Now, the movie industry is getting better, and I know that there are so many things that are putting into consideration. So, I believe 2025 will be a very good year. Definitely to come with its own challenges and all of that, but you'll find out that um those that are, in the scene right now, they try to keep up, they try to keep to the balance, to hold on to that momentum so that they can stay afloat, and stay relevant. So a lot of people will be new music. You will be seeing new music, definitely new music, new rising stars, that you've never thought definitely, you will come out. So this coming year will bring good things. I'm always positive for good results, and our economy too is going to be better.
Wow. And our economy too is going to be better because that's a very strong one. I know you would like talking about politics, but today I didn't bring you to talk politics. We will just focus on entertainment and the religious
Yeah, no
aspect.
problem.
But on the
No
26th
problem.
of January, we're going to have a town hall meeting because from Philas, the president, during his presidential speech on October, if I'm not mistaken, that he was going to create he was going to set a confab for young people. And from our information, that confab may start by February. So on the 26th of January, you'll be on set to a town hall meeting for us to look at some of the things we should be expecting from that confab. But before
No
I let
problem.
you go, I want to say a big thank you to you for always responding to us
Thank you so
whenever
much.
we call
Thank you
on
so
you.
much.
It's not easy to take out your busy
Mm,
schedule. And you have other things you're doing. I'm sure you're supposed to be live on TikTok or somewhere, but you decided to
yeah.
be here with us. I want to sincerely appreciate you. City Reports, thank you for always standing by us.
Thank you so much.
I'll be speaking with Mr. Prince K. Crown. He's a consultant with Poki Media. He's a blogger, social influencer, journalist by profession, PR officer, and on-air personality. The list is endless. A very talented young man. I'm sure he's even into the movie industry too.
Yeah,
So
definitely, of course.
it's good having you, and we sincerely appreciate you for coming, despite the
Thank,
technical
thank you.
challenges we had, but you were able to deliver with the short time that we have.
Of course.
So
Mm.
thank you very much. This is where I'll
Thank you
be.
so much.
So to our
All right.
viewers all over the world, my name is Pierre Frederick, and this is Retrospect 2024 as we look into 2025. Don't go away. We have more guests coming to us to talk to you tomorrow. So do have a nice day.